Hello, everyone, and welcome to my presentation about studying abroad in Australia, specifically with my time studying at Monash University on exchange. All right, so this is a little bit about me. I am named Bethy Havas, and I currently work as an engagement intern with our international academic programs. I'm a senior here at UW. I double major with psychology and communication arts with certificates in science communication, digital studies, and leadership. So if you have any questions about the program or just studying abroad in general, feel free to email me, or you can always make an appointment at our advising office. And that's a photo of me in the Melbourne area, enjoying the lovely weather, just on my program. So, this is a little bit about studying at Monash University. A number of factors will play into your decision to study abroad. Here at UW, we emphasize three main pillars of the study abroad experience, which are academic, professional, and personal. Thinking about your goals in each of these areas will help you to determine the best program for you and will often be the first question that our advisors will ask when they meet with you. These are some of the details about my own program and how they may fit into your own academic, professional, and personal goals. So, for the durations that the program is offered, you can really take kind of any route that you might be looking for. Classes are all in English. Subjects, you can really study like a lot of different topics as you can with many exchange programs. And the advising office is international academic programs, which is in the Red Gym. So that's just a bit of information about the program. These are some of my the factors that went into my choice in Monash University. I particularly enjoyed the access to courses in a variety of subjects, given that all courses are available to exchange students, and they're all taught by qualified instructors. Additionally, I like that all courses were taught in English and that the country as a whole felt like a comfortable place to explore without any language barrier. Also, the course structure offers the opportunity for student-led learning and freedom with time management. There are a lot of different options for housing. That's a photo of me and my friend who I met through our housing, and some photos of excursions into the city planned by the housing team. And there's also a great opportunity to experience Australian culture firsthand. And I particularly enjoyed the chance to experience the different seasons because of the hemisphere change. I left Wisconsin on a snowy morning, and the week after getting to Australia, I went to the beach, and it was like 100 degrees out, so it was really lovely. These are some aspects about the culture associated with living in Melbourne. The city has a lot of different neighborhoods to explore and a ton of cafes to spend time with friends. I really never felt like there was kind of a dull moment in the city. Also, it is a coastal city, so I definitely took advantage of trips to the beautiful beaches in the area, like that one. That was one of my favorites. This is some information about transportation in the city of Melbourne. Through being a Monash student, you are able to get a discounted rate on your Mikey card, which provides access to buses, trains, and trams in the city and in the surrounding areas of Victoria. So I took the opportunity to explore many different areas in different directions from the city, and I thought it was always really safe and easy to use. Even that seagull on that platform can do it. I also just thought that the general like Google Maps app was really helpful and like easy to navigate getting around, and that the public transport Victoria app is really like supportive in the whole process. You can update the balance in your Mikey right in the app, so that's like a good one to get if you're going. You will earn in residence UW-Madison credit for all your courses taken abroad. So you can make progress towards completing your degree and stay on track to kind of graduate on time. All grades are recorded on your transcript, and grades earned abroad become part of your UW-Madison GPA. You also stay continuously enrolled at UW-Madison while you study abroad, which means that you'll maintain your student status and keep your place in line for housing and class registration when you return. So if you're pursuing an honors degree, it is also possible to receive honors credit on certain programs. You can also use our online search to filter programs by course subject and theme, such as sustainability or science and technology, and even discover options that integrate an internship, fieldwork, or research experience. Some students choose to graduate abroad. If you are doing this, we strongly recommend talking to your academic advisor to make sure you're eligible and have fulfilled your degree requirements. These are some specific details about the course structure at Monash. Many of the classes I took had pre-recorded lectures and readings for students to familiarize themselves with before class instruction. Then the class meetings that we attended were more discussion-based and collaborative, and they're a lot more hands-on than the big lectures we have here at UW. So, for example, that's a photo of a worksheet I completed in my discussion for my Aboriginal Languages Linguistics class. And since students are completing a lot of work by themselves, kind of like as you see me on my laptop there, lots of the campus facilities are really kind of in tune to beautiful study spots to visit, like that image right there. So these are a bit about the housing on the program. The options for this program consist of apartments and residence halls. So I lived in a residence hall, which I thought was a really great opportunity to build community with other students. You can live in a studio apartment, which are still considered part of the residence halls, or in a private room with communal bathrooms and kitchens in like a larger residence hall. For each of those options, you'll share like co-ed common areas with a larger group of Monash students. That's a photo of me and my friend in one of our common rooms. And each of these options, you'll be cooking and cleaning for yourself, although you have the option to visit Hall's Caf, which is on campus, which is just a cafe offering meal services. Also, the Res Life team organizes a good amount of activities for on-campus students, like just like the outdoor movie night that it was pictured there. The other option for the program is living at an apartment. So Monash as a whole partners with like private apartment providers in the area, such as Mannix, Igloo, and Uni Lodge. So this option provides a bit more independence as you're potentially living in part of the city outside campus. You could be living with other Monash students or students from all over the world, and mostly cooking and cleaning for yourself, but it all depends on the specific apartment. So those are some photos with some friends who I met through Monash who were living at apartments. These are some snapshots of the like typical campus lifestyle, or basically like a day in the life on campus. So that's the view from my dorm room, in the residence hall that I was living at. Quite often, campus offers like treats for students. There were many like food truck nights, like ice cream treats, slushies, kind of all the works. So there's me and my friends enjoying them one day. That's a photo of my time working on assignments in one of the campus libraries, which I really, really enjoyed. And often our residence halls would compete against each other in weekly like sporting competitions. So there I am, kind of supporting my hall. I also got involved with the theater department on campus and was able to host a theater themed trivia night while I was helping them. So there's a photo of me and my co-host. And I really enjoyed going out to dinner with friends I had met in my hall. So there's a silly photo of us laughing at a table one day. So there are several study abroad programs we offer in Australia, and even though Monash is the only program in Melbourne, you have other options within the country. So where you decide may like to apply might depend on your major, whether you want to do a certain time of year, if you want to do an internship or field work, or other just important factors to yourself. So on the next slide, I'll go over the differences between our program structures so you can narrow down your options and figure out what will provide you the best experience. A popular UW signature program for Australia is UW Disability Rights and Access in Australia, which is a summer program taught by a UW professor. Ultimately, what made me choose Monash out of all the options available was its similarity to UW-Madison. Monash is also a large research institution with many students and a strong like campus culture. I knew I wanted to enroll in an Australian university, and this seemed like the best fit for my academic progression. Everyone will want different things out of their abroad experience, so we will now cover how these program structures might differ and how they might impact your experience. Our study abroad programs fall within three broad categories that kind of structure your experience. These are UW Signature, Provider, and Exchange programs. This slide is just a general illustration of the differences in program experiences based on our program structures. So, for example, on our exchange program, you could be the only UW or US student in a classroom at a local university with students from your host country, being taught by a professor from that institution. This is what Monash University was, and many of the other programs in Australia also fall into this category, such as the University of Queensland, Macquarie University, or the University of Sydney. In contrast, on a UW signature program, you're typically studying with a cohort of other UW-Madison students and learning from a UW instructor. So these programs are specifically created for UW students, offer a high level of on-site support, and may be prioritized for UW study abroad scholarships. Our UW Disability Services in Australia falls into this program category. So in many cases, we partner with a third party to offer like unique study abroad experiences. These are what we call provider programs. And on these, you can typically expect to take classes with students from other US universities, often learning from a mix of experts and host country instructors to enjoy a high level of on-site support, including organized excursions and opportunities to engage in hands-on research, fieldwork, or internship opportunities. This could be the structure of the SFS Rainforest Studies program or the IES direct enrollment at the University of New South Wales. So feel free to visit the Choose a Program page on our website for a detailed comparison of the different program structures. You can also filter by program structure on our search result webpage, and you can find the structure listed on the gray sidebar within each program page. UW signature programs are also indicated by the UW crest icon on the search result page. Our office is really dedicated to supporting you throughout your study abroad experience. First, we have created identity web pages to help you reflect about your identities while you're on your program, including but not limited to first generation college students, LGBTQ plus students, racial and ethnic minority students, and students with a disability, and more. In addition to our identity resources, we also provide advising, info sessions, and orientations to help you prepare for your program. You'll be enrolled in health insurance while in your program, and in the event of an emergency, you can reach out to one of our staff members by calling our 24/7 emergency phone. Another way we help to support students is through scholarships. Last year, our office awarded about $2.5 million in merit and need-based scholarships to study or intern abroad. Connecting with previous students is also another great way to learn and prepare for an international experience. So, in the Student Voices tab of our photo pages, you can view photos, blogs, and reflections submitted by previous students, with examples here from students who have studied abroad in Australia. And last but not least, for those of you who follow on Facebook and Instagram, I would encourage you to follow us at IAP Study Abroad. Every week, usually on a Thursday, one of our students who is currently abroad is taking over our Instagram stories. So this is a really great way to be able to see a day in their life, and you often have the opportunity to ask them questions in real time. That's just an example. Yep. So our programs vary in cost depending on a number of factors, including the duration, location, if there's organized excursions included, if housing or meals are provided, and even student residency status. So basically on this cost sheet, there's like the program fee and then tuition and then the estimated expenses. So uh, specifically, like they might just fit differently into your kind of progression. So our office also offers a substantial merit and need-based scholarships, including the Study Abroad Scholars, which offers awards starting at $1,500 for winter intersession programs, and up to $8,000 for year-long programs. The Badgers Go Green Abroad scholarships offer between $5,000 for the semester and $8,000 for year-long awards for students who have demonstrated a commitment to sustainability. Our Early Bird Scholarship offers $2,000 awards to students with a student aid index of $8,000 or less. And this scholarship is unique in that the applications open earlier than other scholarships, and that way you'll know whether you have a scholarship to study abroad before applying to a program. And our Study Abroad Promise Scholarship offers up to $6,000 to students who are part of the UW-Madison Promise program and plan to participate in a summer or winter intersession faculty-led program. A list of eligible programs can be found on our website. Just like the Early Bird Scholarship, the Study Abroad Promise Scholarship opens earlier than other scholarships, so you'll know whether you have funding in before applying to or like accepting your program. It's important to note that only students who have not participated in a UW-Madison Study Abroad program or international internship are eligible to apply for this specific scholarship. So it has to be the first time you would be going abroad. Applications for many of our scholarships are open now and due just as the calendar goes on. So be sure to check the website for that. In addition to scholarships, financial aid can often be used to pay the program fee, so in the same way that it can be used for tuition. For this reason, we strongly recommend that you apply for the federal financial aid component of that by completing a FAFSA application, even if you were denied federal aid in the past. And there's just some information about different scholarships. So we also have a number of resources available to help you financially plan for your program. So first, our budget worksheet will kind of help you identify your anticipated expenses so you can start creating a more complete picture of how much the program may cost you. We offer free passport photos for all UW-Madison students to help reduce the costs associated in applying to your passport or your visa. In addition, our pre-departure assistance program helps students to pay for their program acceptance deposit and flight booking costs. This interest-free loan will be billed to your student financial account through the bursar's office at the same time that your program fee is due. So it's able to help more of those like hidden costs. And finally, we offer financial aid drop-in advising and funding info sessions. So our funding info sessions are a deeper dive into understanding your program costs and will just kind of discuss available scholarships, creative funding strategies, and are a great way to get specific answers to any questions you may have. All right. These are some just things to consider about the program. It's super easy to get around the city and surrounding areas with like using public transportation with your Mikey card. So take the opportunity and explore. Students can often get discounts on certain activities, so take advantage of your status to get that discount when you are exploring. Lots of people live in the city centers, but other than that, most of the country is land that's like almost entirely natural. I really enjoyed visiting different natural parks outside the city center, so check them out while you can. Melbourne does experience a full range of seasons. So it definitely doesn't get as cold in Wisconsin, and it might not snow, but definitely be prepared and pack for all different types of weather. I would say the lowest it got was about 35, 40 degrees, and the warmest was like 100, 105. So definitely know that going in. Also, the time difference in Melbourne can be up to 17 hours different from Wisconsin. And this got easier to navigate once I got the hang of it, but it's just something to be prepared for. Essentially, the like workday here is when you're sleeping, so it's just something to kind of be prepared for. Also, general culture and lifestyle in the country is just a lot more laid back, and goes a bit slower. So take the time to enjoy it while you can. To recap, these are just some next steps that you can take action on right now. So think about your academic, professional, and personal goals, and these will help you focus your program search and prioritize the aspects that are most important to you. Feel free to chat with a study abroad advisor to help you determine which programs might best meet your goals. All students can meet with a study abroad advisor virtually, and although anyone can meet with an advisor from IAP, we recommend that students within business, engineering, and CALS start their study abroad planning process at the advising offices in those schools and colleges. Remember to also talk with your academic advisor to discuss how study abroad will fit into your overall academic plan, since this is unique for every major and student. Build your budget and explore our funding and scholarship resources. Remember to attend one of our funding study abroad sessions or financial drop-in advising. Reach out to past abroad students using our Return Student Network found in the Student Voices section on our homepage. So return students can provide excellent information about the specific program you're considering. I am currently on the Return Student Network, so feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Also remember to apply for or just like update your passport. This is especially important to do like as early as you can because wait times can be especially long. And once you've decided on a program, just start applying. Most students are surprised by how early our application deadlines actually are, so keep that in mind. And you might need to apply up to a year before the program actually begins. Applications open soon for the spring 2026 session and the calendar year kind of session for 2027. This concludes our presentation. So if there's any questions that you have, feel free to reach out to me, or you can always kind of access any of these resources through the study abroad office.